Welcome back to the 602 Row Show. This will be the Week 8 picks episode. This is hometowns. So we are thin on girls. We are thin on picks.
And I think this is the first time since COVID that we're actually going to the girls' hometowns.
It is.
Exciting.
It is no more sneaker Zach in a cardboard taxi walking around the La Quinta.
Yeah, or like people in random hotel suites.
Yeah, I'm gonna start us off here with a different slide than what we usually have here. I was doing some looking for graphics and stuff for a different project, and I happened upon the rapper Six Tusk, because he's got a I wouldn't call it a hit track. It was called Chalk Season, and I think it's now Chalk Season. We are firmly into chalk territory here. You and I went chalky last week, and missed on our fourth pick in what might be one of the last opportunities to score some points here.
I don't know. I think this season's gonna get real messy after hometowns. I feel like the fantasy week and then even the finale, there could be some movement there. Like if you choose the one right girl, even though she goes home, she might get you a whole lot of points. And we've seen that a lot this season, right? That within Rose League, there have been many a weeks where one of the girls who went home in the first half of the episode ends up being one of the top scorers.
You and I both outside the top 10 nationally. So I could use a little points jump.
I mean, the question is, do you risk it?
Yeah, we've talked about it on a couple past episodes here, but not being in first place in our home league has me feeling a little bold.
Right?
So of course that's what made me take Teddy last week, and that didn't work out. But
Yeah, but who else would you have taken last week?
I would have tried to find a way to fit the big three in, and would have taken like Eliza and been even more wrong.
Yeah.
uh, Pricing up on your screen, we are now pick three, and you can pick whoever you want. No more price considerations, and realistically, that's how it'll be the rest of the season. You are just trying to pick correctly. It's no longer a salary cap game; it is now a picks game straight up. Um, so I'm not even going to name the prices on here. You can see them on your screen. Pick three.
Yep.
So obviously we know the three that move on.
Mm-hmm.
But as you were just referring to, there might be an opportunity here to pick Serene and hope that she puts up big points. Some of the only, I'll call intriguing footage that we have seen so far out of the hometowns has come from Serene.
I don't know. I can't recall if I've seen any hometown.
So definitely go back and take a look. They're going to leak a whole bunch of stuff this week. Generally speaking, you want the girls that move on.
Yeah.
But chalky chalk chalk. So for you guys, we'll try to break down a little bit what Serene would have to do to make up points. Obviously, the big one for me, Megan, is going to be crying.
Crying and talking about past experiences, like talking about family, talking about exes. Because honestly, we still know very little about these women, because they just haven't been shown. Because that is what the season has been. And so I think that there's a lot of room for exploring who these women are within the hometowns. And so, yeah, I mean, if we get Serene's family talking about it a lot, talking about some of the losses that they've had recently, right, and how that's affected them, that could be points.
So, gun to your head, you have to take Serene. Who are you punting?
Um,
I'll tell you who I'm not punting.
I mean, like, you know who I'm punting.
I
I'm punting Rachel
yeah,
because like again, I like Gabby and Susie better.
I have to keep Gabby no matter what. I
Yeah,
have a feeling ABC is going to involve her mother in this
yes.
hometown.
You know, I talked about that, and I'm already not happy about it.
Yeah, but from a point standpoint, you have to have her. I don't see a scenario short of her entire date leaking
Mhm.
where I wouldn't pick Gabby.
Yeah.
Um, I have to be honest. I need the points,
Mhm.
so I'm gonna have to talk myself into Serene. She's not in my lineup right now,
Yeah.
and I can't convince myself that that's the wrong play.
So who would you drop then?
Rachel.
Yeah.
She's the least interesting character. I feel like she's stable's not the word I want to use. She's level. I'm not
She
I'm not expecting her to be too high or too low.
I will say though that when you look at the point breakdown, right? As we talked about in our review of week 7, she now has 7 occurrences of anxiety or worry, and all 7 of those have occurred in the last 3 episodes. Meaning that as the season has progressed, the producers and editors are showing more and more of her anxiety, her jealousy, her insecurities. And on the other hand, Serene has been very steady as far as how confident she is. Gabby's been very steady about it. And Susie started off really anxious at the beginning, but then we really haven't seen those things from her since. So I could see Rachel shooting herself in the foot by like getting a lot of negative points, especially if the trend continues.
If there's one piece of data that I could tell our viewers to go find, it's the order of these dates. They're gonna cliffhanger it. There's gonna be the last person to go is either, and you'll know, right? If the last person to go is Serene, you want Serene in your lineup
Yeah.
because it's going to be the cliffhanger ending. Like her mom's going to say something about her ex boyfriend and make her cry, and Clayton's going to be questioning her. And as he drives away, she's going to be sitting on a park bench, bawling her eyes out.
Yeah.
If it's
And I promised it or I talked about it during Michelle's season, but I did do research on how much the order of the, oh no, I guess I said it for fantasy suite, so I won't do it yet. But we have more shorts coming up.
love that
I
content,
forgot.
content,
I forgot.
content.
It's not about towns, it's about the fantasy suites.
So yeah, I mean, really, depending on where you are situationally in your league, will kind of inform how to do this. I tend to play things a little bit safer, but I don't see a scenario where your top 3 scorers aren't the girls that move on. It's a 12-point swing, getting the rose versus going home. That's huge. That's a huge amount of points. So if you're where I am, where you're chasing in your league, you have to kick the correct one. You have to pick the top 3 girl who is number 3. Otherwise you're gonna submarine yourself all the way down to 10th. So
But
having said all
really,
that, you ready to jump into these lineups?
yes,
I
let's go.
managed to post yours in without looking at it. I'm assuming it's just dead chalk.
It is. It is. But I appreciate the effort.
Yeah, mine exactly the same. So we have top 3. We have Susie, Gabby, Rachel.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
time left as we're filming. Not sure when I'm gonna post this episode because of a lot of the content we've talked about. We're getting down to the bare bones of it here, but use all the time you have. Rosters don't lock until the show starts for a reason. If you can figure out which one to punt to stick Serene in here, there's a chance you could jump up the leaderboard in your league.
Absolutely.
But you can't be wrong because if you punt and it's one of the top 2, you're probably dead in the water anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing more previews of what this week holds.
So for newer people, it's going to keep reducing every week. You're going to pick fewer and fewer. You'll take 2 from 3 and 1 from 2. So there's not a whole lot of opportunity, and that's why we call it chalk season. It's just all chalk the rest of the way here. Because if you just pick the girls you know move on, you're probably in pretty good shape.
Yep.
With the weird end of this season, there could be opportunity at the end of it here to steal some more points. If you're leaning that way, if you're one of those who thinks you're going to make it up in the last 2 here, there's no reason that your week 8 lineup shouldn't be all chalk.
Yep.
If you think there's an edge you have uh, in the last 2 episodes, you do not want to burn your edge by trying to exploit week 8. So,
Sure. Pick your gamble week carefully.
yeah, not thrilled. Not thrilled. We are right on the razor's edge of top 10 finishes here. 11 weeks of Bachelor nonsense to come in 12th is not really what I'm looking for. Well, hey guys, that's week 8 picks. So we'll have lots of different shorts and stuff coming your way, I'm sure, whether it's episode timing breakdowns or scoring breakdowns or
Shots of Malort.
shots of alert hot off the presses for picks, stuff like that. But you can catch it all without missing a single episode if you like and subscribe on the 602 Rose Show, Club 602 on YouTube. It's also not too late to join the Rose League. You can get in the big league, our league, your best friend's league, wherever you want. Hop in those and flex your muscle at the end of the year here. It's never too late to start practicing.
Yep.
So that's all I have, Megan. Do you have anything else?
No.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us on 602 Grow Show, and we will see you guys for the Week 8 recap.